Hello, kia ora, I'm Philip Duncan. Thanks for joining us for our Friday weather update recorded on July the 19th. Let's take a look at what is going on. We've got all this low pressure out in the Tasman, but it is finally falling apart. But to the north, that is the new system that we're watching, and it's going to rapidly deepen overnight tonight and as we go into Saturday, tracking southeast, and it will brush the northeastern corner of the North Island with some rain and wind, and there'll be rain also falling in other northern parts, including the upper part of the South Island. And then after that, there is a bit of a westerly change coming through, but this is a tropical airflow coming from Fiji, helping to feed that low. And so as we get into Saturday lunchtime, 973, maybe even lower than that at the centre of this storm. So the severe weather around the outer edges of it, and that just brushes areas from about Mahia Peninsula northwards. Windier weather the further north you go, and that rain could be heavy at times as well. So keep up to date with those Met Service warnings and watches. And there's also a chance for some heavy rain around the Nelson region, although as you can see, it does look to clear up as we go through the day. So on Sunday, that's when the next burst of rain comes back in again. The storm out here past the Chatham Islands starting to weaken. This other system out in the Tasman Sea drives in a fairly mild nor'wester for the North Island, especially for those of you in the east. So the good news is, it's very short-lived, this system coming through. That is the good news. It does clear away. Might be some fog patches around the South Island on Sunday, not a lot of wind blowing around there. On Monday, it all condenses into one area of low pressure just south of the Chatham Islands, and that's going to dredge up a colder wind for the country. Not too majorly cold, but it'll be a little bit cooler as we move away from those milder nor'westers, although it might still be a nor'wester blowing around northern Hawke's Bay up towards East Cape for a little bit longer. Next week, back to normal winter weather for this time of the year. Southwesterlies kind of cold in many areas, southerly into Wellington, and a little bit of snow around on the tops of the mountains, but only a little bit, unfortunately, for the skiers. As you can see, pretty dry around most places. And it dries out as we go through the week. High pressure coming out of New South Wales, stretching out across the northern part of the Tasman Sea. Showers around Auckland and Waikato and Taranaki and the western side of Northland, and possibly coming in around a little bit further towards Manawatu, although Manawatu is part of the country, along with Wanganui, that are a little bit drier than usual at the moment. So by Thursday, the high gets closer, the skies dry out even more. There is a low up here to the north, and it sort of moves southeast and away from the country. It's not a threat to us at this stage. The high pressure zone looks to be in control. This is all basically high pressure as we get to the end of next week. So here is the 7-day rainfall for you. You can see that northern system coming through, and then the showers following on behind it. Unfortunately, the area that needs it the most, Canterbury, at the very bottom of the scale. Some areas won't get any rain at all over the next 7 days, and fairly dry around Southland as well. So most of that wet weather crossing the very top of the country. That low pressure system might change how much rain falls in the northeast there, but generally speaking, there is a bit of rain around for the north of New Zealand. That is all from me. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you again on Monday.